term I reckon every medical student should know, or everyone associated with medicine. So ideally, everyone should know this term. And if you don't, well, I don't know what to say. It's dangerous and probably rewarding. So let me enlighten you. MedCest. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Confessions of a Doctorholic with Hafsa Slayman, and let me bring you up to speed. So, MedCest on the Urban Dictionary. Upon a quick glance. Just kidding. But honestly, when in doubt, always refer to the Urban Dictionary. They have everything on there. And this is what I got, the first hit on MedCest. Noun. When medical students in the same class engage in romantic activities that seem insensuous to other classmates. What does insensuous in this sentence mean? All right, I don't know what they're talking about, but this is the second one. More up my speed. And if you don't believe me, just check it on the Urban Dictionary. A relationship between two people in the same medical school class. So that's what I'm talking about. And check out this third one. Medical students being absolute hoes during what little time they have to engage in social activities and sleeping with anything that has a pulse and is bipedal. As medical students will only socialize with one another and invariably only talk about medicine, people they have slept with in medicine, when they do, invariably they end up only sleeping with one another, /interns, /residents, /NCHDs, which I don't know what that is. The latter can be quite dangerous, as sleeping with someone who is in a position of authority in your medical school is a breach of ethics. Alas, this is seldom recognized when blood alcohol levels are elevated. Okay, by the way, just letting you know, anyone can edit the Urban Dictionary. I mean, I've tried to add someone's name on it just for shits and gigs. And basically, you fill in this form and you have to provide proof and whatever. But anyone can do it. It's pretty much like a Wikipedia page, just for Urban Dictionary stuff. And here's my biggest surprise of all. My name is actually on there. So check this out. Hafs is an Arabic name. The real meaning of this name is Little Lioness. People with this name are brave and strong. They have a very sharp intelligence. Friendship means everything to them. They actually are very kind and polite until you annoy them or hurt them. They don't care what people think of them. Their personality is sometimes very confusing, which makes them more noticeable and attractive. They have a great sense of humor. They also have a good fashion sense. Last but not least, they are usually very hot, sexy, and beautiful. Everything was true until the last sentence. Nah, it's just it's so weird. I wonder who put this in. And look, their example sentence. Boy, hey, I have a crush on this girl. She's really caring and nice. Boy 2, what's her name, bro? Boy 3, dude, that sounds like a Hafsa. She's a keeper. Can confirm this never happens. But I like what I found. This shall be what I'll give my next boyfriend in case he decides to research me. Definitely heaps better than anything else that would pop up there. So, I want you to imagine. Day 1 in medical school. You're there, you're nervous, you're excited, you're finally embarking in this journey of finding your true passion in life. AKA breaking your brain, and suddenly you look left and right and you notice a couple of fellas whose shirts fit a bit too well. And they're young and handsome and smart and hopefully maybe single. So fast forward a couple of weeks later and ta-da, people are hooking up. Don't know if it's the stress, maybe the familiarity, I'm stressed, you're stressed, let's be stressed together sort of situation. You can share inside jokes. They will always understand those medical memes that others find really lame on Instagram. I know that's so specific because you can guess what I usually follow on Instagram. And they can give you solid advice. And most importantly, the main thing, you can perform every clinical exam that needs a chaperone without a chaperone. Testicular exam, or breast exam, or rectal exam. Honestly, there's a ton you can practice. I mean, look, logically, two people who know what every condition on the skin looks like under the sun should probably not date, right? Because they can diagnose you, right? Like, I'd be worried. But like, here's the thing. If you diversify and date someone outside medical school, they may not understand what you're going through and require more time and attention, and they'll never understand why you're always busy. So here's what I did. I had a pact with myself, never to date. Like, not forever and ever, just like during my course. Not because there aren't any attractive blokes. Mind you, there's also a difference between attractive and will turn their head 5 degrees to the right to look at you sitting in the far corner of the amphitheater. So yeah, whole different game. Okay, here's another thing though. And I reckon everyone should think about this. I reckon it would really stress me out when you've got a partner, like a placement partner. Do you choose to live with them as well, or just become placement partners with them? So just like keep it professional. Now, personally, I vote no to both just because this will sound super sad. But what if you argue and you want to escape them for a bit? Or what if you have a bad breakup and then you're like stuck with them, right? It would make sense if you have some sort of like escape route. Honestly, look, I'm open to give me some insight. If you've done this, feel free to contact me or send a voice note on Anchor. I want to know. Also, here's another thing. If you go to a different hospital in your final years, like for clinical practice experience, I mean, long distance is hard. And I'm saying this because like we've got different sites like Chicago, the UK, Cyprus, Israel. So long distance is hard, but long distance plus medical school, I feel like that's a recipe to help two people drift apart. And do you choose your heart or do you choose what's best for your career? Like, single Pringle me knows the answer to that, but if you're in a relationship, I guess it wouldn't be that clear, right? And okay, inter-cohort relationships. Whole other topic. There are definitely perks. I feel like you could be cheeky and ask for help. Kind of like a girlfriend with benefits sort of situation. And they're out of your cohort, right? So I suppose you could talk freely about what's happening in your class and you can get some medical help, but not in terms of like doctor advice. You can get like tips and tricks on how to succeed through the year. But the craziest thing that I've realized is that they all break up in the end. Wasn't an agreement, or like, do you just drift apart once you realize that you want the same specialty and they suddenly become your competition? Or is it just like you want different things in life and you want to practice in different countries? I just feel like it's so complicated. Like, can you imagine seeing your ex everywhere and having everyone invested and involved in your relationship? And there will be some people like on your side, others on their side, and there's some people that you lose forever. There's some hangouts that you suddenly can't go to anymore because they're all weird and awkward. And like, do you have to check if that person that used to be your everything, now ex, was invited? Or do you just like automatically miss out on a party? I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking this entire situation. I feel like I need to get to the bottom of it. But like, the only real way to know is to try it out. And I'm not down to try it out because I can't study with a heartbreak and I probably need an RCT and I don't want to become like the Kim K of the class for people to know like where my moles are at. And honestly, main thing, really can't stomach the gossip. Clearly, I've spent so much time and energy thinking about this. I mean, look, let's be real. When you have a bunch of medical students stuck together, you know what our hobby is. You can't escape it. It's gossiping. Okay, so to conclude, this sounds like such an essay. Okay, the verdict here from my end is don't shit where you eat. If someone makes you get tachycardia or an ECG flatline, then I'm not saying don't go for it. It's just going to be kind of difficult. And maybe, I guess, consider it after medical school, right? I mean, I'm not saying put your life on hold, but I'm saying put your life on hold because it makes more sense afterwards. At least that's how I imagine my life post-medical school. But look, guys, I am willing to be convinced. So, ladies and gentlemen, MedCest, yay or nay? Have you tried it? Do you recommend it? Have you partaken in your activity of MedCest? Share your experiences with me. And send me a voice note on Anchor. As always, you'll remain completely anonymous if you want to.